Hello folks, my name is Leo and welcome to my nerd world. So today I will talk about a movie called The Last House. It's a movie from Netflix, an original movie from Netflix, and I will give synopsis here and give you my opinion. This is a review of this movie. But before I do that, first time here in this channel and you like this kind of content, talk about movies, series, anime, pop culture in general, please subscribe and leave a like, okay? It's really important, your like and your subscribe, okay? So if you are not subscribed here, check it on YouTube if you are subscribed here, okay? Sometimes they unsubscribe you sometimes, okay? And uh, and have you watched this movie here? Put here below in the comments what do you think about this movie, okay? And of course, this channel needs more subscribers, okay? What I want to you guys to do is, what you need to do is share this video to your friends, spread this video to your friends and your family, and ask them to subscribe here, okay? Give it the support. So I beg you guys. So okay, yeah, I'm not so nice. Yeah, anyways, so ask them to subscribe here, okay? You understand me, okay? Uh, ask them to subscribe here too, because my goal is to reach 500 subscribers, okay? Help the channel, give it support, okay? It's really important that. And if you like my job here, okay, leave a like and subscribe, okay, and come and put your opinion about my videos, okay. So it's very important because I want to see the feedback, right? If you like or you don't like the videos, okay, it's very important, okay. And of course, let's work together as Avengers. Let's put this channel to grow more and more and more, and let's assemble, okay. Work together is much better than work alone, okay. So let's talk about this movie, The Last House, okay. The Last House is a new movie from Netflix, okay. It's a sci-fi movie, okay, a sci-fi movie from Netflix. So imagine you are in the house, okay, with your family, okay, and outside is raining, okay. Just keep in mind that. You and your family decided to go outside, so go to somewhere. And some people said, "Well, but it's raining outside. Why we need to go out, right? We need to go out. Why we need that, right?" And they decide to do that. So as a family, right, the whole, yes, a big family here, and this family decide to go outside there. But but the thing is, when one of these members of the family try to open the door didn't open. It looks like the door they doesn't want to open. Okay, so it's like this door is jammed, right? And is jammed, right? And jammed, I mean like is locked, right? So you cannot open, right? Looks like someone used the keys, right? And lock the door, right? And the family is try to do something, is try to do everything to do to go out, to get out of the house, right? And they try to, okay, the door is not working, but let's try the windows, right? Like this, right? And the windows also doesn't work, okay? Also, the thing is, they are stuck in the house, and they look at their neighborhood, right? Yeah, they looked at the neighborhood, right? And they looked at, and they discovered that the neighborhood, they are also stuck in their house, right? So it's not only them, right? So it's not only this family, but all the neighborhood, yeah, all the neighborhood they yeah, so some people, some dogs are barking here, so it's so terrible, right? Yeah, so anyways, so and they discovered that their neighborhoods, they are in the same situation, right? That and here we have Wagner Moura. So just to introduce you, the people here. So we have Greta Lee, okay, really good actress. So I really like this good actress. And Wagner Moura, one of my favorite actors, Brazilian actors. And so for me, is one of the best actor ever for me, ever, ever, ever. Okay, so for me, I love this guy because any movie when he's there, he's playing in the movie there. So any kind of movie, right? So action movie, sci-fi, comedy movie, he plays pretty well, right? So yeah, if you don't know Wagner Moura, maybe you remember him in the Secret Agents, right? That's the movie he was there. So. And the whole movie they are stuck in that house, okay, on that house, okay, in that house they are the whole movie, okay. That so yeah, the movie is almost 2 hours movie, okay. That and they count how many days they will be stuck there, okay. That and and they make some questions here about so we are stuck here in this house. I think it's just because of the raining we are stuck here, or maybe we have aliens coming, right? So and the aliens they don't want us to get out of the house, right? So they make us a lot of questions here, okay? And there's one part of this movie here. So I told you guys that they are stuck in their house and also the neighborhood, right? And there's one part there. So they look at the widows, right? And they look at the widows and the neighborhood. They so and the question is how they communicate each other, right? So the with the neighborhood, right? And it's really funny that because those guys here they have no idea who are who are their neighbors, right? So they don't know, they have no idea who are they, right? And yeah, that's happened sometimes, right? So you live in the house, but you never know about your neighbors, right? Uh, yeah, it's the same here. Sometimes I have no idea who is my neighbor here. So just I just know my family, right? So it's the same here, okay? And they how they communicate with other people, right? That and they used a whiteboard, okay, a whiteboard, and they write down the message, right? So to communicate to other people that, and there's one message that Wagner Mora he wrote down there. He was like, "It's just us. We have this problem, right?" There, and the neighbor he wrote down a message like it's not only our neighbor, it's not only our area here, our neighborhood, but the whole world. Okay, so the whole world is happening that, but they have no idea why this is happening, right? So what's the yeah? So what's the reason, right? So what's some yeah? So what's the things is happening these, right? So it's really interesting to have these questions, right? And this movie here looks like so that if we come back to when we have a pandemic of COVID-19, right? Remember that, right? So we had this lockdown and we cannot get out of of our house, right? So because maybe people can get sick, right? So not get sick, right? But get the COVID-19, right? And you have these, you know what's happening before, right? A lot of people died because of COVID-19, right? But here, yet let's remember a little bit what's happening, right? This looks like, yeah. So and you have this isolation, right? So isolation in your house, right? And you need to learn some, yeah. For example, Wagner Mora, he teaches his children, right, in this movie here. To do something different, right? So they cannot go to the school, right? They cannot go there. They cannot go to school, and so what they need to do to learn at home, right? That and he teaches something different things, right? That so really interested that, right? So that's happening when we were in this pandemic of COVID-19, right? So really interesting, right? Uh, but there's one thing, yeah. So stay they stay stuck in their house and also the neighborhood for years and years and years and years and years. Okay, and that's another message. The one of the neighbors of them, right? Um, yeah, so he asked that, do you have food, right? And he said, yeah, so we have enough for our food, but you have enough for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, but do you have food for many years? I don't think so, right? And that's happening here, right? So, and sometimes they need to do something that to have food, right? So because sometimes, so okay, you have enough food, right? But in one time, that food you are out of food. Okay, then out of food, right? So that's I talk about here, right? And that's happening to this family, right? So they don't have any food, and they need to find another way to have food at home, right? So really interested in that though. And in the end of the movie, they explain why they are stuck in there. Yeah, because yeah, and there is one part of this movie they show a little bit what's happening when they try to open the door. There's some slimy, okay, some slime. You know slime, right? Slimy, like something disgusting, right? And so looks like a slimy from aliens, right? So or maybe I heard one because I follow some people who review movies, right? And one of them they tell that maybe we have a monster, okay, a monster called Cthulhu. Okay, you know Cthulhu, right? Cthulhu is a monster from the oceans, right? And the theory is like I think that monster and yeah. So and that's one. Yeah. So they talk about that. Why we have this monster there? That's one part of this movie here. Another part of this movie. That's one. Yeah. So all the neighborhood they are stuck in the house, right? So and that's one person. She is outside and she's running, right? And that's one time she was running and something outside outside there catch her. Okay, so like goes like okay, maybe we have a monster there, right? Or maybe aliens, right? There, so really interesting ones, right? There. But the movie is like almost 2 hours movie, right? So I think it was too long Yeah, so only showed them stuck there, right? I think it was a little boring for me to watch that movie there. But the ideas is really interesting. Okay, the idea is that. But the movie is like they looks like not. It's a little boring, but a little slow. Okay, that so it's like a the I think they could make this movie like a 1 hour and a half, not 2 hours. Okay, so for me it was like okay, I understand what's going on there, right? But the photograph of this movie is really beautiful. Okay, that so the ideas is really good here. Okay, because and that movie remember a lot what's happening in the pandemic COVID, the pandemic of COVID-19, right? So it's really interesting that, right? So because it looks like that, okay. And yeah, so if you see here, there's a hand here, right? So they try to get out there, okay? They try that, but you cannot. It's impossible to get out there, right? So because it's all stuck, all the windows and the doors are locked, right? So yeah, you don't have the keys, right, to do that. So the movie is really good. Okay, that so if you like Wagner Moura, watch this one. Okay, that is really interesting. I will say it's interesting. It's not the perfect movie. It's not so bad, not so perfect. Okay, it's just okay the movie, right? So it's really interesting, good ideas. But I expected more about this movie. Okay, so Italy and Wagner, they are great here. Okay, this family they are great in this movie. Okay, my rate for this movie, I will give it eight. Yeah, 8 out of 10. No, 7.5 out of 10. Okay. Yeah, so it's yeah, it's okay for me. Okay, it's not like the idea is really interesting there, and I think they needed to explain more. They need to explain more about what's the reason they are stuck there, right? So they don't explain too much. That's I'm trying to say. Okay, and that's all I need to talk about. Okay, so if you like this video, so thanks for watching this video. So like this video, okay? Like this video is really important, and subscribe here, okay? It's really important that too, and share this video to your friends and your family. Spread this video and ask them to subscribe here. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers, okay? Have you watched this movie? But here below in the comments, what's your opinion about this movie, okay? And let's work together as Avengers and let's put this channel to grow more and more and more. And let's assemble. Okay? Work together is much better than work alone. If you like my job, just do it. Okay? Subscribe and leave a like. Okay? And I see you on the next video. So see you. Take care.